it's Michaela Clark here, and I just wanted to tell you a little story about my daughter. So my little girl, she is 5 years old, and she just started kindergarten recently. And her first day, she came home, and I asked her how her day went, and she told me that she wanted to play football, but one of the little boys shushed her. How dare he, right? He shushed her, and she was so heartbroken. My little girl, she's a very confident person, but she cares very much about what other people think of her. And she was just devastated that these boys would tell her no. So the next morning, as we're getting ready for school, I could tell she was really nervous and she wasn't really excited or her peppy self to be going to school. And so right before we walked out of the door, I made her stand up. And I said, "Repeat after me." And I said, "Say I'm strong." And she goes, "I'm strong." And I'm like, "No, scream it. I am strong." She goes, "I am strong." And I said, "Say I am confident." She goes, "I'm confident." And I said, "Say I'm beautiful." And she goes, "I'm beautiful." I said, "Say I'm successful." And she goes, "I'm sexful." We nipped that one in the bud. But anyway, she kept going. I was having her repeat all of these things that I believe about her. And it was incredible to me to see this little 5-year-old, her little face just light up. And her chest started to kind of, puff up. And you could see that she just started to believe these things that she was saying about herself. And so what I want to know is, what are you telling yourself? What is the thing that you say first thing when you wake up? Do you wake up saying you're awesome, that you're a badass, that you're the coolest person around? Or do you immediately start picking yourself apart? Saying things like, "I'm not good enough. I'm just not successful enough. I'm not pretty enough." Do you say those things to you? Are you speaking untruths to yourself? Because I know a lot of people do. They spend a lot of hours standing in front of a mirror, picking themselves apart, looking past all of the incredible, beautiful things about them, outward and inward, and only focusing on those little things. So I want you to think about what you say to yourself in the morning. Because what you say to yourself has major power. One of my favorite stories of all time is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And this little boy, Alexander, if you haven't read the book, he wakes up and it starts off awful. And he's just decided from then on out that it's going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And what happens? He has a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. His whole day turns out crummy. Why? Do you think there were good parts of his day? Absolutely, I'm sure there was. But because he decided to focus on the not so good parts, it turned into a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Is that what you're doing? Are you setting yourself up for those kinds of days? Are you telling yourself every morning that you're not successful, that you're not organized, that you're not pretty, and your day just kind of goes that way? What you say has major power. And unfortunately, the devil, he wants you to believe those things because misery loves company. And he is one miserable guy. And so he would love nothing more than for you to join him in believing all of these untruths about yourself. So what I want you to do, either right now when you're watching this or when you wake up first thing in the morning, I want you to be very, very, very intentional with what you say to yourself. I want you to be like my little girl. I want you to stand up. I want you to puff your chest out. I want to put you to stand in that superhero pose with your hands on your hips. And I want you to speak your truth because you are awesome. You are incredible. There is no one else out there like you. You are here for a specific purpose. Do you believe it? I believe it. You need to believe it.